Is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Lazy Sunday live stream here on Out of the Basement. I'm Nate, joined with Justin,
Sup, guys? I'm back.
and we also have a very special guest with us today, making his debut on the channel. We've got Grand Moff Tony with us.
Hello, everybody.
Yo.
How you doing? Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're happy to have you on. And I want to say first things first, congratulations on 500 subscribers.
Thank you very much. It's been a long old struggle, but we got there.
Yeah, it's tough. That first 1,000, like we always say, that first 1,000, that's the hardest.
And you're looking at like your subscriber count each time. Which one's going to get there first? And I thought it was going to be the subscribers, but nope, it's taking its sweet time.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a grind, but you'll get there. You'll definitely get there. So, yeah, thank you for coming on, Tony. Appreciate it. We're going to have a really awesome discussion today. Justin is back, of course, from his trip.
I am.
We all have to give a congratulations to my brother.
Aww.
He got engaged to his fiance, Lucy, two of my dearest friends. Known him for a long time. We all worked together. So
true.
It's a beautiful moment. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
It was a great post. I liked it. It was brilliant.
Okay, some people are saying my mic is a little high, so I'm going to
All right.
try and turn that down. Is that better? Is that better?
I think you sound good.
Yeah.
All right. I already see the Nate has a doppelganger comments coming up. White guy with a goatee. That's all you need to have people go, that looks like Nate.
That's the look. That's the look that you go for.
Yep.
Well, or it's like when people are shocked when they find out we aren't actually brothers, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, I don't think I look anything like Justin.
No, I can attest to that. My wife is absolutely convinced that you were brothers. And
yeah. It's just how we address each other. But yeah, so let's just get started. Justin, welcome back. How was your trip? Tell us all about your little vacation. This is an important life moment for you, brother.
True, very true. It was great. It was excellent. Easily the most far out vacation I've taken as an adult. So, like, I've been to Hawaii when I was, like, a very small child, but this was the first time, by myself, car, 16, 17-hour drive to Colorado.
How many Targets and Walmarts did you stop at?
So Lucy is very supportive of my stopping at retail store habits while we are on trips. But since it was already, at 5 o'clock in the morning, Google Maps was saying like 16, 17 hours. I told myself to limit to one Target and one Walmart per state. So Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, then Colorado, and then we had a little tiny sliver of Kansas, but I didn't count that. No. So yes, one of each in each state, and I was striking out, Illinois, Iowa, even Nebraska, and then Colorado finally was good to me, and that's pretty much where I found it was an insane haul,
Yep.
I have a lot.
Yeah, the recent pickups are going to be crazy today.
I found every single figure I was looking for, and that's, not just Black Series either. That's also counting NECA, so I got an insane haul. It's going to be like I'm you this week, Nate.
Yeah, that is true. And then I'm going to be me this week, too. But you climbed a mountain.
I did, yeah. And, that's where I proposed. I can bring up our Instagram post here.
It was absolutely beautiful setting. It looked fantastic.
Yeah, I've been keeping it a secret for a very, very, very long time because I knew I was like, it's got to be up in the mountains. It's got to be up in the mountains. Let me show you guys. If you don't follow us on Instagram, please do.
Yeah.
Out of the Basement YT.
You definitely should.
I mean, look at it looks like the Ice Mountain water bottle, is back there.
I'm expecting to see Legolas walking on top of the snow in the background with Gandalf coming down.
Yep. But, we relocated to a warmer spot, as you can tell, to take some more actual photos. Because, look how red her hand is It was very cold, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
And then I had to sneak, the scout trooper.
I mean, you've got the woodland in the background, man. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
This is my scout trooper that's in my hiking bag permanently, so I try to like snap a picture whenever possible. But yeah, and I really like this video. It just captures like how high up we were and absolutely insane stuff. If you guys follow my personal channel, which is on our channel list on here at Out of the Basement, I do have some sad news. I did lose all of my GoPro footage of the entire trip because the SD card got corrupted somehow,
That
and
hurts.
I've tried several different recovery softwares and it's just not working. I mean, I have plenty of photos and stuff, but the main thing I used was the GoPro with the idea of making a video. So that sucked, but I just had to come to terms with it,
Yeah.
Because think about all the people who don't record their vacations. I'm like, okay, like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it still sucked because I like to make videos. Yeah.
Right. I get it. I definitely get it. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back, brother.
Yep. And for anyone who lives in Colorado, we went to Colorado Springs, Denver, Rocky Mountain National Park, and then Glenwood Springs, for anyone who's specifically curious, which was really cool. There's like an amusement park on top of a mountain. There's like roller coasters and stuff. It was really fun.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm back. I did that. And like I said, every single action figure I could possibly want right now, I found. So it was also very, very good haul.
Nice. But yeah, so we are also joined with Grand Moff Tony today. Very special
Yes.
guest here. So if you wouldn't mind, for just a brief moment, for the people who don't know, talk a little bit about yourself and your channel and what you do.
well, I've been on YouTube for a little over 10 years and never really gotten any traction. And then about a year ago, I've already into collecting Black Series and stuff, and I've always liked Star Wars. So I was just like, you know what? Why don't I just do that? Why don't I just talk about Star Wars toys on my YouTube channel and see how that goes? And, I kind of collaborated with my wife on it a little bit. She, kind of built the whole structure and made me stick to the one video a week format, because that's really what gets you going, is doing one video a week. But yeah, we did reviews for a little while, but living out in Michigan, I don't really find the new stuff very, very early, so we tend to get forgotten about by distribution up here. So I instead turned into like discussion topics, figures that we'd like to see come to the line. Been going through like every movie and TV show, and then just every now and then just random subjects that come up. Like we had somebody ask us to do a video on the aftermarket, so we did that quite early on. And yeah, it's basically just anything that comes to mind, Star Wars related, collecting hobbies. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I've met a lot of really interesting people doing it, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, you have a very positive outlook on
I try my best to.
Star Wars action figures, which it's weird to call that refreshing, but
Right.
it actually kind of is. So
Oh, for sure.
I mean, my thought was always like, if I ever got to the point where I'd had nothing but like bad things to say about a figure, why did I walk out of the store with it? Like, you know, or like just leave it there and get something else, do something that does make me happy. Because for the most part, this stuff makes me very, very happy indeed. So I like to try and express that and try and get that positive vibe across.
Both clicking on Landspeeder Luke's comment. I love Tony's videos. Nice.
I like yours too. The one you did this week on painting was really, really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yep.
oh yeah, the custom tutorial. I've been waiting
Yeah.
because Maroc, he's gonna need.
He's gonna get something.
Yeah, Maroc might be the first figure I actually go out of my way to customize or paint. I don't know, because I don't know if that's a custom.
I mean,
Oh,
I've
it
painted
definitely is.
miniatures.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I've never been brave enough to take a paintbrush to one of my figures yet, but I've seen a
Right.
couple of them, and I'm like, well, Marok's gonna get something. That HK droid's gonna get something.
Yeah.
That's what the gaming greats figures are good for. Buy a couple on clearance and
Oh yeah, experiment.
and put the brush on them. But
Yeah. So, so this brings. So you are British, but you live here in the U.S.
Yeah, I'm originally from a little town called Guildford in southeast England, and I moved
Okay.
to Michigan in 2018 to get married.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
She lived here and I lived there, so we compromised, and now I live here. That's how that works.
Nice. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
yes.
Welcome.
So, how long have you been just collecting in general?
So I had a lot of collections spanning back like over the last 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. I had a whole Transformers collection that numbered in the several hundreds, which all got sold to buy my wife's engagement ring. And then I've been like sort of on-off collecting Star Wars my whole life. Obviously, I grew up with toys that I played with as a kid. And then seeing those toys again, like 10, 20 years later, and I'm like, oh, I can get this one now, and it's so much better. I've always wanted to grab my old toy box from back home and just go through the toys that I actually used to play with. But,
Nice.
yeah, and then I pivoted to Star Wars Black Series around sort of 2018, 2019. That's when I started really collecting it, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun since then. I've pretty much let every other collection just die. I just stick with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you stick to a certain era or like what's like anything?
Anything Star Wars. I love absolutely everything Star Wars. If it's got Star Wars attached to it, I probably like it. So when it comes to figures, I'm always just surprised, like, oh, I'm getting a figure from this niche part of Star Wars that I didn't realize anybody else liked.
That's kind of how I sort of am as well, because I've never played SWTOR and I've never played KOTOR, but some of my favorite figures from this year are like Malik, Bastila, Malgus, Starkiller.
Yeah, I never played any of the Old Republic games, but I played Galaxy of Heroes on my phone a lot. And yeah, they've popped up a few times on there, so that's why I was pleased to see them come to the Black Series. Like, oh yeah, I like playing as this guy on my phone. Why not? I'll have him on my shelf.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's one of the best parts about Star Wars, though, is the characters you don't know too much about, but you still get a figure for them if they look awesome.
Yeah.
So, what was your first Black Series figure, Tony?
My first Black Series figure was the Red Line Captain Phasma, which I picked up from Toys R Us in, I believe, December of 2015 is when I got her. And then I had the Starkiller base Kylo for a while, and those were my only two figures. And then I moved in with my wife in 2017, and she just started buying them for me. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm collecting these now.
Yeah. So speaking of Toys R Us, because here in the U.S., it obviously, it went bankrupt and they closed down all their stores. But if memory serves correctly, you recently had a video where you went to a Toys R Us. Is that because you're near the Canadian border?
Yeah, I'm right by the Canadian border, so we did a hop, skip, and a jump over there. As soon as I found out there was a Toys R Us over there, I was like, I haven't been there in years. I have to go just to feel it again, like the atmosphere. But yeah, it was a good trip, and I really enjoyed it. And I hope they come back, because they kind of, they went belly up in the UK as well, and that was sad. And I remember going to the store on the last day, like the day they were closing, and they had that Black Series TIE Fighter for like $49.99, but I had just sold my PS4 to pay for rent that month, so I couldn't justify it at all, and it's haunted me ever since.
Man, the last day at our Toys R Us, I think there was maybe like one or two figures on the shelf, and you remember, Justin, we just like walked around and it was totally empty.
Yeah, we have
like total barren wasteland.
We have a video of it.
Yeah, that's true. We put Bucky in the glass case and closed it, like where they used to keep all the games.
Right. That was. I'm
times.
very glad we documented that. That's a great video, and with the drone shot, like leaving Toys R Us, and it's like goodbye. Like I really like that video.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all miss Toys R Us, but who really misses those prices?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, and it was just like red and black box anxiety.
Yeah.
going to Toys R Us in the U.S.
Yeah, especially ours when it got to the point where everything just had a solid layer of dust on it.
Yeah,
Since
I
it had
think
been
we
sitting
went there
for
more so.
long.
Yeah, for NECA, that was like our spot.
Yeah,
And then it's
definitely.
kind of Target now. But yeah, thanks for joining us. We got some mild news to talk about because I'm trying to think of everything that Nate covered on the stream. I don't. Yeah, this is 3 days ago, so
Yeah.
no. But jumping into some news, let me get our logo going. There we go. Boom.
Hey,
Look at that rotating thing. No one ever comments about that. I don't see any other channel.
that's production value right there.
Yeah, right? We have a Black Series figure showing up. And the theme for this stream is honestly, it's raining Black Series. It is absolutely raining Black Series. And some people kind of have a negative reaction because of monetary reasons.
Yeah.
But we can get into that. So a few days ago, Yakface, some recent shipping data shows that cases of the new Mando Glavis Ringworld have started to arrive in the U.S. So if you guys don't know, this is the newly sculpted Mandalorian. This is not a repaint. It looks awesome, and I can't wait to get it.
Yeah, this figure's going to be a banger for sure. I mean, how many more Mandos can we get? Who knows? But this one is definitely a pickup for
Here's
sure.
the thing. I think they're all going in the garbage after I get this one.
Yeah, they're definitely going to get binned for sure.
Yeah, not all of them, but at least Beskar,
Oh yeah,
like
Yeah.
the original Beskar.
That one's kind of clunky, and this one definitely looks like the articulation is definitely there. Like, it looks great.
Oh yeah, and the helmet. But the reason this is kind of huge, you guys, is because what is happening with mainline right now? And what I mean is all of these waves I feel like are dropping at the same time, and it's insane. Like I'm seeing reviews for like this wave, this Ahsoka, Clone Wars, Magna Guard, and then I'm seeing reviews for like Pre-Vizsla, Hu Yang.
Yep.
And then-
I have Hu Yang coming from Big Bad.
Yeah, like
I was
is
so
happening?
shocked when I saw the pre-order processing soon for Hu Yang, but he's on the way.
yeah, so this wave, which there are so many mainline waves dropping right now that Yakface himself doesn't know what wave this is, which I've never seen that this happen before. So this wave from the Ahsoka TV series is literally at like every Walmart and Target right now. I've seen it so many times. Tony, have you seen this wave? I know you like to go out and about a lot.
Oh yeah. We stumbled upon Ezra and Morgan at my local Walmart, and my local Walmart has had the same two Lando figures for the past 3 years and nothing else. So that was definitely a surprise. But yeah, they are getting out there.
Okay, and yeah, like Nate said, my Hu Yang processed
Oh,
on Big Bad. So he's
Wow.
sitting in my pile of loot. No Maroc yet.
yep. No Maroc.
And I have straight up seen reviews for this Clone Wars wave. I mean, obviously, people like Luke and Mike, I believe they got them from Toy Snowman over in Canada. But still, I'm like, is that wave coming soon too? I'm like, all these mainline figures appear to be dropping all at once out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is like honestly a little much if I'm going to be real.
Yeah,
Especially
and-
because holiday figures too. The holiday figures are also sprinkling in there.
And the Target
get them.
exclusive.
Yep.
Gotta get them.
Yeah, Oppo and Vader also dropped.
Yep.
And they are, seriously, check your targets. They are everywhere.
And Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary wave 3. That's finally
Showing
hitting
up at GameStops.
Yeah.
Was that the Luke Skywalker and the Royal Guard wave?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I found those at my local as well a couple of weekends ago. Only one Royal Guard though, so I'm going to have to find another one because you can't just have one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you gotta have two.
Yeah.
Man,
Do
I
you
have
have
these
the
two.
Emperor?
Yeah, I have
Deluxe?
the Amazon exclusive Emperor, and at the moment he's got two of those blue Gaming Great Senate guards standing either side of him with like their sabers crossed in the middle. But they will be immediately being tossed in the box as soon as I get another red guard because the red just looks so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, nice. So, yeah, it's absolutely insane. I've seen some negative reaction to this because of people's budgeting, which I sort of agree with this time around. I sort of agree. Because it's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot always, and you never know that one of the big problems with the Black Sea, you never know which one's safe to walk away from because it's going to be there next time. Like, there's really no way of telling.
I swear, if the 501st Oppo, like, somehow, some way goes on sale at Target,
Yeah.
that's going to be madness.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, but definitely not in our area. We have way too many collectors. It's
Right.
Too densely populated.
Yeah. I know I've got at least one scalper in my area.
Ooh.
Lovely.
So
We
I
have-
make friends with the people at Target because they'll look after stuff for you.
Yeah,
We have a notorious swapper in our area.
that's true.
He's like a serial killer. He has like a signature mark.
Yeah.
It's like he leaves his mark. And you can tell it's the same guy every time.
Right.
The swapped Landos.
Yeah, because it's a General Lando every time.
Yep. General Lando in any other desirable Black Series package.
Imperial Crosshair. Yeah.
That's what it was. Imperial Crosshair.
Yeah, it's me. It's me, Oppo. You got me.
Yeah.
Revealed.
But yes, I mean, it is before Christmas, like James is saying, and our women want to buy us stuff. I mean, I already did. I already got them all.
Yeah,
But
it's too late. It's too late.
yeah, was there any other actual news? I know it's been kind of dry, for news at least.
I mean, you guys maybe want to give your opinions on the Holocom line, since that's kind of the newest
Yeah,
talk of the town.
I was gone for it.
You were gone, and I'd love to hear Tony's thoughts as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was genuinely surprised by how much I liked them, like how they came out, because when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, that's an easy skip. But including light up bases, and I love the little Orabesh tag on the bottom, but I think I could have done with better character selection, because I don't think it makes a ton of sense, the ones that they've chosen, because these look like bounty pucks to me, like, you know, it's supposed to be that little hologram that Mando carries around with him, so this is the bloke I'm looking for. But the characters that they went for it don't really fit, if that makes sense. Like, they look great, and I love the execution. I would have preferred an Emperor, easily. I would have easily preferred the Emperor.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Lukeness, I hear you, dude. And especially in my situation, it was the week before I left for my Colorado trip, which obviously is going to be the most expensive vacation that I've ever taken, like, ever.
No.
And a week before Star Killer, I thought it was a pre-order, and then it just ships. And I was like, oh no. And then it was September, and I was like, something was beating at me in my brain. I'm like, what am I forgetting? Like, something about September is important. I'm like, what am I forgetting? My car registration, like 3 days before we left. I'm like, I'm going to get a ticket. I have to do it. So I literally had to go to the BMV and do that. And then it like all these expenses and figures that I've found. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, the budget, I'm recovering. I'm definitely recovering. Also, what's up, Sean?
Hey, Sean.
And Gentugo.
So, did either of you guys pre-order any of these at all?
I didn't. I didn't pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I wasn't here for this reveal. I got the lovely, I just saw the pictures and I was like, oh wow, it actually finally came out, because Yakface rumored this quite a while ago, which it kind of just like, that's very interesting how long they must have just had this, considering Yak kind of teased it such a long time ago, like last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like a full year.
Yeah.
So that kind of puts things in perspective, like just how long these things are like in the works. I am kind of in the same boat as Tony. I am kind of surprised at how decent they are, but the character selection, in my opinion, is like awful.
Yeah.
And we actually have a video that I'm going to edit today about kind of my thoughts and then what better options out there would be. So we talk about it more in depth for sure. But it has to be true that they're just doing a lot of these because there's no soft goods.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that kind of does that zero out like
it
Emperor,
It cancels
Right.
out all the characters we want.
like Princess
Emperor,
Leia, Vader, Emperor, like people who actually were holograms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta imagine they're gonna have to use the same fabric that they use for like the Force Ghost figures, and I don't know how well that would translate.
It scares me.
The sparkly robes.
Yeah.
They're coming. Oh, I mean, I feel like it could work if they actually made them blue, not like the Force Spirit ones where they're like purple for some reason.
Yeah, it scares me. It just scares me. And I don't know if it would, because you look at like Mando with his soft, in universe, it's a soft cape.
Yeah.
That looks correct on a hologram figure. So, and I doubt they would go out of their way to sculpt like a hard plastic thing for Leia or
for sure.
Vader.
Yeah, especially when you consider like it feels like this line, they're reusing figures so that they can potentially make more money off of the same molds. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they would do additional sculpting, like changing bits, like.
Yeah. And of course, everyone has like the super ultra Star Wars team is trash. This is stupid, dumb.
Classic.
Oh yeah.
It's as adults, we're sick of the nonsense. It's like it completely negates all of the new stuff we have coming out and the fact that 2023 has literally, if you're including like pipeline reveals,
No, Justin.
2023 has literally been one of the best years of the line. I feel like I've said that every year since 2020,
But it's true.
Yeah, it has gotten better and better.
you're telling me like literally all of these super hot fire new sculpt unique characters from like Legends EU video games from the mid 2000s that people have been asking for, and they release bangers like Malik, Bastila, Malgus, and then Star Killer. Like, are you kidding me? And that's not to
None of that
mention like
matters.
they redid R2D2 and he's awesome. We finally
Doesn't
got a
matter.
definitive Jedi Knight Luke. We got the BK that's accurate to the show and not the
No.
crazy comic version. Like,
All of that doesn't matter, Justin.
because a
These
repaint came out.
5 repaints are the end of the world, the end of collecting.
Yakface, I wonder if he made a post about it. He ran a really interesting poll.
I think it was on his Twitter. I think the poll is on the Twitter.
Okay. I'm going to try and find that because it
Yeah.
is pretty interesting.
Yeah, but we talk about it in the video that you're going to release. But I ended up pre-ordering Han Solo just to, take him for a spin, little test
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah, that was
And-
the one that I was most interested in because I like the look of it.
Yeah,
And isn't it cheaper too, randomly?
Right, on like Big Bad, it's like 28 as opposed to the 35. So I was like, okay, it's a little bit cheaper, and at least Han Solo has a bounty on his head.
Yeah,
So-
it's thematically appropriate. I like it.
So it works. I think it works best out of all of the ones that they picked. But
Here we go.
yeah, this was interesting. So this is a yak face poll on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, about favorite Black Series gimmick. And obviously, as everyone can see, Holiday Collection won with 39% of the vote. Holocom Collection coming in second place at 37, and it hasn't even had a figure released.
Right.
Mhm.
Carbonized at 15, Credit Collection at 9.
really trailing with credit collection. Look at that.
A little surprising. I know, Justin, you and I have talked about this off camera, but a little surprising, honestly, that credit collection would be last.
And I think it's literally because shiny. Like I like shiny. Like it's that small percent of just like
I do like shiny.
it's like what is it, Dory from Finding Nemo or something? She's like, ooh, shiny, and she follows the little tiny jellyfish. That's literally the carbonized, the 9% versus 15%. Holocom probably has some recency bias, but at least it's from something.
Right.
You know, carbonized is from nothing. And if credit collection really is the least popular, if they decide to kill it, because you don't want too many gimmick lines, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And John, I can explain this through the fact that Black Series has always had a high repaint to new sculpt ratio. It's nothing new. It's just that we get more releases in general. So like 14, 15, 16, like we still had repaints of all sorts of flavors, and the difference is we just simply get so many more figures now.
Yeah.
Because it is true, we get like over 100 releases a year now, and that's not a result of getting less new tooling. The new tooling 2020 has been, higher. I don't keep a raw count. I know Mike Case does, but the 2020 onward era is higher than what came before. And with that, also, undeniably comes with more repaints. So there's more repaints than ever, but there's also more new sculpts than ever, if that makes sense. So the ratio is somewhat the same.
If we were still getting 5, 6, 7 figures a year, then yeah, you could understand being like, oh, why are we wasting a slot on reusing this mold again? But when you get over 100 figures a year, it's okay that a couple of them are on the same body.
Right. And look at the new sculpts, which 2020 onward has averaged 20 to over 30 a year, if we're talking like a brand new sculpt, or even that's not considering figures that are kit bashed or have a little bit of new tooling, like something like the Phase 2 Purge Trooper from last year, for example. I know that's not a 100% new figure, but it's just, maybe I'll talk to Mike and get the facts, get the data, because I know he keeps an Excel spreadsheet of new sculpts. And I see, I totally agree, Zooboy. And again, the Black Series has had repaints forever. Even back in the orange and blue line, they already had 4 different Phase 1 clone repaints. They did the captain, the commander, the sergeant, the plain white one. They were already repacking figures in multiple cases, and repacking. Obi-Wan was released in blue line and orange line.
Yeah. And I think, too, when it comes to Star Wars, it's a lot harder for them to reuse the figures, too. So, the reuse, I feel is more apparent than other lines. Obviously, biggest example, Marvel Legends. Star Wars can't do, guy in suit and then just change the color and then it's a different hero. So, yeah. I feel specifically for Star Wars, it always gets more heat with the reuse argument, because it has to be oh, here's Mando with mud on him. Here's Mando with snow on him. Because they can't take that body and go, this is a completely different character, like a lot of Marvel or superhero figures in general can do. But it doesn't bother me. I think it's completely, reuse has been around since the dawn of action figures. That's literally action figures in a nutshell. Even everyone's favorite figures from the 70s and 80s. Look at all those He-Man figures. How many of those are on the exact same body, just with a different head?
Yeah, it's just another ludicrously bicepped male figure with a different head on it.
And then like specifically with this year, and why I consider this the best year, aside from all of the awesome new figures we actually got released and came out in 2023, what we have following, we're the most desirable figures ever, the most desirable characters ever have been coming out. Super Battle Droid. We got the Magna Guard. We're getting a Droidica. We're starting to get more prequel love with like Kid Anakin, hallway scene, Padme, Kiadi Mundi. We just got Ayla Secura in the line. Like we're starting to get more prequel Jedi. Like I think we're eating good.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Kind of living in a little mini golden age right now. It's brilliant.
Right. I thought about even making a video like, are we entering a new age of Black Series? Because if you really think about it, like, yeah, the platinum age. But oh yeah, okay, I forgot a little bit of news, and that's just the fact that 1027 is going to happen again.
We'll probably see something.
We'll probably see something, yeah.
Something we maybe could have seen at PulseCon.
Right.
It'll just be an in-hand look at the Holocom line.
Oh.
Calling it.
Yes, Hammerhead. Like, I cannot wait to get Momon 8. Like, we literally got an Ethorian sculpt this year. That's insane.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to get Hammerhead.
And they didn't even drag it out either. They released, was it Doc Ondar, and they didn't wait like a year or so before doing the other guy. They just went, oh yeah, you know he's coming, here he is.
Yeah.
Like, you got us, you lifted up the soft goods, you figured us out.
Yeah. Wallet is crying. I mean, I agree.
It's brutal out here. It's brutal. Especially
I think we need a little bit more channel membership.
Yeah,
We need
right.
some. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and just drop the channel membership link in there. Just, hit the link. Totally friendly link.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll probably do a video like on our predictions or what we would like to see. 'Cause there's still plenty of things in the pipeline that I would love to see. Like, yeah, Volts, you read my mind.
Ooh,
SBD, I would love it.
I would love to see it, but I feel like I doubt it.
Hey, shout out to Wilbon for being a member for 4 months.
Nice.
Fun fact, Wilbon's coming on the stream next week, right?
Hey, I like the
Yeah,
sound of that.
22nd. One of our friends we made at ICCCon.
I like Zooboy's idea. $50 tier that includes an invite to the wedding.
Oh, man. All right.
Also,
Let's
shout
get
out
it.
to Infernal 27 for being a member for 25 months. And also Mark Hauser for being a member for 17 months. Thank
Hey,
you so much.
look at all that. I appreciate you guys. And I do agree, not Obi-Wan. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much our idea with the battalion.
It's-
What did I call it?
Legion line.
Legion line.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been
This guy
gone for...
This guy doesn't even remember his own ideas.
Nah,
Well,
I'm
I
a
was-
big fan of that idea.
I was thinking of the channel membership, so I had battalion on the mind. I was like, wait, what did I call this?
Right.
Yes, the Legion line.
It just needs to happen. It's so easy and it's right there. It's just right there.
Oh yeah. I really like kind of don't. Well, that's kind of goes back to my theory that it is Disney related. Like the gimmicky repaint lines have all been like new Disney media. Not Obi-Wan, there's your bingo card. I mentioned new media. Because like think about like Credit Collection is all from a Disney show. Carbonized, it used to wait, well no. Jet Trooper, Mando. Wait, have they? No, Vader and Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
They've mostly been from new media, especially the recent ones like the Paz. The Scout Trooper has the Mandalorian on the box because they show up in season 2, so they got to put Mando on the box or whatever. And then what was it? Scout Trooper is specifically the Remnant one. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, and Ned B and Purge Trooper, like it all seems like it's just another way to like tick off more. Like, see Disney, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Or-
And the original carbonized ones that came out in those first edition boxes, they were all Episode 9 or Jedi Fallen Order. So
Oh yeah, Second Sister.
yeah, Which, to be fair, and I will admit this, I really liked those. When I saw them, I really liked them. I didn't buy them, because I'm like, this isn't Pokemon collecting. Like, I'm not going to buy them because they're shiny. I'm going to walk away. But I liked the execution on that, and that's probably why they've kept doing the line, because people went mad for them when they came out at first.
Oh yeah, that first wave, I was all in on carbonized. I was like, this is great. I like shiny.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, look at the Sith Trooper. He's candy apple red. Like, it looks so good. And but then after that, it quickly, I feel like went pretty downhill, and it just kind of got stagnant and old. And especially when they weren't doing characters that were obvious choices like C-3PO or Phasma, something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it overstayed its welcome.
Yeah.
For sure.
Gaming Greats was a great evolution too, from gimmicky repaint line.
Yeah, I was gonna say
to
like
brand new figures.
I don't even consider like because I would say Gaming Greats is a subline, kind of like Archive. That's a subline. Gimmicky stuff, it's like the 4 options on the yak face pull.
They're technically sublines,
but I like officially calling them gimmick lines.
The gimmicky sublines.
Yeah, the gimmicky sublines. But, thank you, Dill, for being a member for 11 months. That's awesome. You almost have the 1-year helmet, which I believe is 41st Elite Core.
Hey.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about getting rid of my Carbonite, the rest of my, aside from the ones I got from, you can't even see them, Jeff W., which I'm at a little bit of a roadblock there because they're unpunched, the Royal Guard and the TIE Pilot. I'm like, I don't know what to do with those because they're unpunched, and I don't want to punch them. Don't want to... It's just, it's satisfying.
I don't want to punch them. Well, yeah, you can't punch an unpunched figure. That's just blasphemy.
Right.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Whoop. Sorry, I was just going to say thank you, James, for being a member for 10 months, and White Direwolf for 5 months.
Yep. Appreciate your guys' support for sure. Mm-hmm. Let me log out of this because I'm done.
So what carbonized figures do you even have left at this point? Because I thought you got rid of most of yours.
I still have the Shore Trooper and the Stormtrooper. So the Shore Trooper was me doing my part to try to get these off the pegs.
Yeah, they couldn't give those away towards the end.
They were like $5.99 or whatever. I was like, all right, I'll bite.
Yeah, and I'm still convinced that like they all disappeared like overnight, and then within like a week or so, we got those Andor Shore Troopers. And I'm like, did they just take those carbonized ones back to the factory and respray them and put them back out again?
They're like, take the carbonized paint off of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where I just saw, Tom, I agree. Figure Shield, if you're watching, just send us another massive free box, please.
Yeah, come on, man.
We totally promoted them on the show. We did what you wanted and why you would send us free products. So why not do it again? Then I'll show them again on the show.
Yeah.
Because I need more. Because I used them for my Ian McDermott Emperor and Admiral Akbar and George. I need more.
Put to good use. Put to very good use.
Yeah, for real. No, I would still consider it a subline, but you are right now that they're like in mainline now, and they're getting new sculpts. Like that Cal Kestis, that was a new sculpt. Malgus, Malik, Bastila from the legs up. So I mean, yeah, you're right. Good point.
Still great though.
Oh yeah, I love that they're getting new tooling in that.
Yeah, technically Starkiller wasn't branded Gaming Greats. I don't think so.
True.
I mean,
did I even show that I got it?
Maybe the single release will be in a Gaming Grades package, perhaps.
Look at that. Black Series is dead, you guys. Black Series is dead.
There's just so many accessories in that box.
But Justin, for that price, I could have bought 87 other figures that are
true.
Starkiller. But are any of them Starkiller?
Now I'm gonna say that is true. This was definitely overpriced, but I mean, it's any instance of world building in the Black Series, I'm like, I support it.
I mean, they brought back the saber swoosh. Like
Yeah.
that's
And
all I need. I just wanted a
Right.
saber swoosh.
gave us a blue one too on top
Yeah.
of that.
Now just give me a green one and I'll be happy.
I really feel like
Ooh, yeah. For Luke.
they should have given us another hilt as well for Starkiller. One hilt for what we paid, a little
Yeah.
unacceptable. And it does. I ended up feeling a little bit more conflicted about it because I bought all those rocket troopers like right before I got the Starkiller set, and I stripped the armor piece off of them. So I just got like a bunch of plain white stormtroopers. So then when I got this set, I was like pulling out the 2 more, and I was like, oh, I kind of feel like maybe I could have done without these 2
Nah, dude.
extra. Which in my review, and I did it on purpose. I just included them in the accessories segment and was just like, yeah, and here's these 2. Like,
Yeah.
they are accessories in that set. Let's be honest.
I support it because I don't like having all of my 2020 Stormtroopers together.
Yeah,
Because then it's just
that's
like,
true.
it's kind of like those Lego collectors that just buy like 50,000 clones and they just have them on a single base plate and they're like, I have these clones now. I'm like, I like to spread them out. So like, have some 2020 Stormtroopers in the A New Hope or the Empire, Return, Rebels, Jedi Fallen Order. Like, I like to have classic Stormtrooper representation across the entire display. So I'll take as many as I can get. Like, literally, it is the perfect army builder.
Yeah,
So
just
I
for,
didn't
like,
care.
Background fodder, just to have them, because there are so many different shows and displays and movies that you can have that are going to need stormtroopers in the background.
Yeah.
And then you've got a bunch left over afterwards for even just like an Imperial Army shelf if you want to do that or whatever.
Yeah, and Starkiller is getting a main line, not Obi-Wan. We know that 100% for a certainty. What we don't know is what accessories it'll come with. And my prediction is one singular red lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%. The only other thing I was thinking about, and I'll be curious, is to what the left hand will be, because we'll assume the right is going to be the grip hand. But I wonder what left hand they'll give Starkiller, because there's a couple options. So that I'm curious about as well. But I honestly think I might buy the mainline Starkiller just so I could utilize more of the accessories from this set.
Yeah.
I mean,
good work.
That's a good idea, actually. I saw some people commenting that, and I was like, you know what? It's a good idea.
Just because, like, I feel like the main Starkiller, I'm going to have him on the base with the lightning effects, with the screaming head. But I would also like a nice neutral head, maybe blue lightsaber wielding good guy Starkiller for a different part of the shelf, like the Game and Greats area or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. But let's see here. That's awesome, Caleb. Also, thank you for being a member for 12 months.
Hey.
Appreciate your support. Yeah, how do you feel? I did watch your review, but did you try any of those methods with like the cold water or anything to try and tighten his grip?
No, I haven't tried anything on it. I just, like I show in the review, I just have him gripping more like the end of the hilt because it kind of fits a little bit more snug in the hand. And I think it's fine. It works. Because as of right now, I kind of have him posed with the saber behind his back like we see him in the game. So it's kind of obscured anyway. But that was a little disappointing that the saber is so loose if you want to hold it like in a closer grip.
Wayne, like, that's insane. I mean, I love it and I support it. That is
insane.
Bro's trying to recreate Return of the Jedi when Palpatine steps off the Imperial shuttle and they're just like, there's so many clones.
The whole Death
stormtroopers
Stars just showed up to see him arrive. I absolutely love that bit. Just, how many stormtroopers we got? All of them. Just put them all in there.
And specifically for that scene, it's accurate because if you look at the matte painting, they don't all have the holster. I'm just gonna, because we still to this day we keep getting in those comments that they all have the holster. I'm like, a lot of them do, especially in A New Hope. I've noticed
They do.
there's quite a bit in the OT that don't have the holster, but also give me a version with the holster.
Right.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, really, all they would have to do is swap the belt. Just one little piece of the belt needs to be different, and we could have a holster.
They've even got like the loose belt with the holster, because doesn't it come with one of the Han Solo figures, like one of the first ones?
Yeah, true. Yeah, there is the loose belt. So
just
they
switch
really
it
could
over.
just reproduce that, honestly.
It's in a computer somewhere. Just hit print.
Exactly.
Jedi 3671, your profile picture is reminding me of one of the biggest mistakes we've ever made in our entire lives, which is not going to
Yep.
Star Wars Celebration Chicago when it was like 40 minutes away, and it's probably the only time they would ever do it in Chicago.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
We
Thank
drove
you for-
to Chicago from Michigan for that.
Ooh. How awesome was that?
It was incredible. Like I got to meet Timothy Zahn, which was great, and I got my Heir to the Empire book signed. And we didn't get to go to any of the panels, but they put the panels on like TV screens all around the center anyway. So we just hang out, eating food, and watching Ahmed Best. It was just great. It was a really, really good day.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yep. We messed up. We messed up big time.
Yep. Now it's going to Japan, and they're skipping 2024, right?
Yeah, that was an odd decision.
And they're going straight to 25.
It's to give everyone enough time to save up for plane tickets to Japan.
Dude, let's go. I'm just kidding. There's no way. There's no way.
If it wasn't several $1,000s just to get the plane ticket over there, I'd be
Right.
in. I'd be
Yeah.
so in.
I mean, even when we were looking to fly to Colorado, it was like instantly I was like, I'm just gonna drive. Like, I got a Honda Civic. I get good gas mileage.
I got a Civic. You'll be
And
alright.
we were perfectly fine. Even with the Civic, I spent so much just on gas, or we spent so much just on gas, but it was still cheaper than one ticket. One ticket.
Yeah, the last time that we were looking at flying to the UK, there was a flight that left Chicago, stopped in Detroit, and went on to the UK. And it was cheaper for us to drive to Chicago and get on that flight than it was to drive to Detroit and pick it up there. Like,
They're like, yes, if you
Yeah.
get on the plane slightly earlier, it's less for you.
yeah, make it make sense.
Yep.
But just jumping back to this, Lucas brings up a great point. Creel has the holster.
Let me check that out.
Yeah,
I wanna
want. Let's get a live check from Justin.
The suspense.
Yeah, right. What's
Forgot
the
how
verdict?
good this figure is.
Great figure.
I mean, I don't know if it's like, the exact one.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Let me try like, because it's like, I don't know. OT purists, would you take that? Would that work for you?
I mean,
At everyone who wants a holster. Gosh, I love this figure though.
yeah.
And Mike.
They're cooking with Creel and Mike.
They need to do more. Because unlike the clone body, the 2020 Stormtrooper doesn't need 1,000 tweaks to it to make it good.
I
Nope,
mean,
they
they
got-
can probably use the Wrecker body for the big guy. So,
Yeah, Zook.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, those are just rubber overlays, so just
Yeah.
new rubber overlay. Be just
Is it white? I don't think it's white. Is it?
the holster is not white. The holster is definitely a black holster.
Stormtrooper, A New
think-
Hope.
I think maybe the straps might be white.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of the one that came with Han Solo. Here.
Mr. Coffee says good enough.
Let's see. Yeah, they're black. Look at that.
There it is.
Unidentified Stormtrooper KE829's partner. That's why I love Wikipedia so much.
We found the one background character that doesn't have a name.
Yeah. He's unidentified.
Like, why couldn't they just make up a name for him? Did you hear about that new BT-16? Yeah, I hear they're obsolete.
Stormtrooper background chatter is some of my favorite parts of the franchise. So.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like when you're going through like Jedi Survivor and you can just hear people just chatting with each other.
In the popular non-canon comic series Star Wars Tag and Bink, it is retconned these two stormtroopers are Tag and Bink. What?
All right. The popular Star Wars comic, Tag and Bink.
What the heck?
What year is this from?
2001 to 2006.
Wow, that's a
heck of a run.
But there's not that many issues.
There's 4 issues?
There's 4 issues over.
Oh, the Revenge
5
of
years.
Tag and Bink.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Bet you guys didn't predict that we were going to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, about
Like that.
Tag and Bink. You know, old Tag and Bink.
Old Tag. But, yeah. Yeah, Tag and Bink. So, was there anything else even remotely news related? I don't think so.
I think it's time that we talk about some figgies that we have in our hands that are
Alright.
Star Wars and maybe other line related.
True. Who wants to go first?
Well, I only have the one, so I don't mind getting mine out of the way.
All right.
Let's do it.
I've had a pretty slow start to the month, but back on my shelf back there is the new Jabba the Hutt from Pulse
Oh,
for
nice.
Hasbro Pulse. I never got the original because I wasn't collecting back when it came out. I managed to overpay for a loose Jabba at one point, but I finally got my scale accurate hookah, which has been
Yes.
bugging me for years and years because I had a little 1983 one up there. It's so underscaled. But yeah, it's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. The Salacious Crumb has got some great articulation for a figure that size. Yeah, I was very, very happy. Very happy indeed.
nice.
What throne is that you got up there?
That is a 3D printed dais that my English professor bought for me for Christmas. 'Cause
Nice.
she knew I was in the market for one. And
That's awesome.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. We attempted. Well, no. We did our 3D printed one. Because you painted the one that I printed.
Yeah, I have that one sitting literally right
Yeah.
there.
And then you have one that
Zach
Zachary
gave me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because he also printed out the gargoyle heads.
Oh, yeah.
So I just have that assembled, unpainted on the shelf because I was like, I'm just gonna put it up there,
Nice.
and it's fine.
All right, Nate, you or I?
Let's go. I feel like we have a lot of doubles that we could talk about.
All right.
First, let me show some random stuff. Let me do a little random. Justin, you're going to be proud of me, brother.
Why is that?
Do you recognize this
Oh.
oddball packaging?
I do. It's the Hammond Collection Amazon exclusive.
What is
Crap.
this packaging? What
I
the
don't
hell
know.
is this?
It's like, are you supposed to throw it away? Are you supposed to keep it?
It's literally the packaging is in the shipper. Like, I was
don't
really
know.
confused. But yeah, this finally went back into stock, and I was able to get it. This is the Hammond Collection Jurassic Park 3 Alan Grant set with the Raptor. Jurassic Park 3 amazing film. Jurassic Park 3 Supremacy. It's better than The Lost World. And, the Halloween spirit is alive and well here on the channel. And
Very
I
true.
realized there was a few figures from my horror display that I've been missing, so I've been picking them up. And so I got Frankenberry here from Jada Toys,
Oh my gosh.
classic Halloween cereal.
Oh, I love that it comes with the little box.
Yeah. Totally random pickup, but I was just perusing Entertainment Earth, and I saw that Jada Toys made some figures for the old cereal monsters. So there's there's also a Count Chocula, of course, and there is a Boo Berry Ghost as well. And yeah, I think I'm gonna pick them all up for funsies since it's Halloween spooky season time.
Tis the
Oh yeah.
season.
Now here's something that's totally random. Justin, I know you'll like this. Tony, perhaps you'll enjoy these next pickups here.
I'm interested. Let's move.
But this is
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
from Super 7. These were some Amazon Prime Day pickups. These were almost 50% off, and that was the perfect price for some SpongeBob figgies. So I got Wave 1, and here's the packaging. Here's SpongeBob. Slip cover. Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
why
that's
is this such a
great.
banger? Like, why is this such a banger of a release? Like, look at all of those accessories.
You got Bubble Boy, Gary, alternate head for bubble blowing jellyfishing action. You've got the bubble blowing hand, the jellyfish net. Like,
It's got the pinky out. Is that the pinky? Has it got the pinky out?
yeah, There's
Oh
a-
wow.
When in doubt, pinky out.
a jellyfish right there down in the corner. I've been eyeballing these figures for a while. SpongeBob is one of those things that, you know, I'm not even nostalgic for it because I still like it. I still think it's hilarious. Like, you know, as a kid it was really funny, but as an adult it's also very funny. And it's something that I still watch all the time. If I'm ever bored, I'm like, I'm going to put on a couple episodes of SpongeBob. And so I've been eyeballing these figures for a while, and them going down to almost 50% off, I was like, okay, time to make the move.
I just Bubble Boy, like, as an accessory, like, holy cow,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. And then the other SpongeBob figure. So this is Wave 1. Wave 2 is coming out soon, and I think it's Squidward and someone else. But then we got Sandy. All right.
Bro, I might have to pick these up, bro.
Now Sandy,
Oh, wow.
Sandy also goes hard. You've
What
got
is those green things?
it's the karate hands.
Oh my gosh.
So she comes with the karate hands. You know,
Karate.
you get her bubble. The guitar is in here. It's in the back. You can't really see it. She's got a large acorn right there. Like, they...
Oh, the Halloween
jam-
costume, the fish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the fish head. If you want to have her do the Halloween costume. So, yeah.
The...
Super 7 they popped off with this figure set. She's got the cowgirl hat too. That's it's back
Wish
there
I was back in
in
Texas.
the corner. You can kind of see it, but
She's got the angry eyes head too. I love that.
yeah. Like, I was so happy that these went on sale because I feel like I have mixed feelings about Super 7. Like, I really like the properties that they do, but the figures always, for the most part, end up disappointing me because the articulation is horrible on them. And I'm sure these are going to be the same way. I'm sure the articulation is really not good on them, but I just want some really nice SpongeBob figures. So I think these, you know, of course, I'm going to give a pass to because they're just really nice SpongeBob figures, and they include pretty much everything you could really want with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so they were on sale for 30 a piece.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
That-
and Zoo Boy said, yeah, Wave 2 is Patrick and Squidward. So,
Yeah, I love SpongeBob as well. Obviously, you know, 90s kids here, you know, we grew
Yeah,
up with, of course.
right.
But I think it has a lot to do with shaping like our absurdist humor of our generation, you know, just starting at such a young age with just everything just exploding for no reason and you know. And I still watch it as well. It's my before bed sleepy time.
Right.
Watch an episode or two.
It's just so nice to have such high quality, great detailed figures that come with so many like deep cut accessories. Like if SpongeBob figures were made by some other line, they wouldn't come with Bubble Boy. Like you wouldn't be getting a Bubble Boy with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was super happy to pick those up. But switching over, a little bit of TVC love. We got the Jabba's Denizens
Hey.
4-pack. This finally showed up from Hasbro Pulse. Very excited to have these 4 figures. Already have Ree-Yees, but these 2 boys here, first time figures. Super
Nice.
stoked. So now my second skiff that I still haven't opened and put all the secondary skiff characters on. It's basically complete though. I just gotta open them up and put it all together.
Not Obi-Wan. I was asking myself the same thing when I went to Nate's house and I just saw the size of the box of the Palace set.
Yeah.
I was like, where is this gonna go?
Well, I got to rearrange all my TVC figures, so that's going to be like a project all in itself. I got to give a shout out to my mom too. She's always looking out for me. And she was at an Ollie's in a different area. And for some reason, all of the Ollie's figures have been easy to find. 501st Clones, no problem. Tusken Raiders, no problem. But the one figure I could not find was the damn archive release of Chewbacca.
Wow.
And so
man.
she was at an Ollie's like an hour away. And they had one Chewbacca left. And I was like, please, I just want the Chewbacca with the slightly better paint apps. $8, slightly better paint apps. I really like what they did with the eyes and the fur on this archive figure. So
such a good Chewie figure.
it was one I wanted, but for some reason, like our Ollie's never had it. I don't know why. And then Justin, the only other figure I think that you won't have that I have is from Hasbro Pulse as well. And it is the Holiday Ewok with a little porg. This is the Hasbro
What a
Pulse
shill.
exclusive. Yeah. Shill Squad, activate. I love the holiday figures. I really don't care. I love that the Ewok matches the Wookiee. That is one of the greatest things they could have ever done.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Ewok holiday figure. Super happy to get this one. It's going to look awesome. And I just wish they would have come out a little bit later because, the avalanche of figures and I'm like, now I got to worry about the holiday figures dropping with all this other stuff too. So
yeah. And for the record, I love the holiday figures as well. I just don't buy them all because they're so expensive for repaints. That's like the one downfall.
This is the Hasbro Pulse one. So this one you can only get on Hasbro Pulse. And you know what that means is I paid like $34 for it. Ow.
However will I live it down?
Oh no. Yeah, it sucks because I want so many of them, but because they're technically exclusive, so they have those exclusive price points and GameStop no free shipping, Pulse no free shipping unless it's like what $90 or whatever. Like so stupid. Mm-hmm. How is it that Big Bad is like a more ethical than these multi-billion-dollar corporations with their $4 goated flat rate shipping?
True. Oh, I guess the holiday Ewok is also on Big Bad. There you go.
Oh,
cool.
All
More
right.
places to get them. Justin, I think we've got doubles here, though.
Sure, we
Pretty
can.
sure we've got some dubs here.
I'm sure we do.
So, right off the bat, Ahsoka.
Oh, the jealousy.
Diggies!
Where did you find Sabine?
Oh.
So-
Actually, Sabine maybe still might be in stock at Big Bad. I got mine from Big Bad. Both of these are Big Bad pickups for me. So
I got a horrible helmet. How about you?
I think my Sabine helmet looks good. I don't like, how do you know if it's warped? Let me see yours.
Let's take a look, because Lucy had first shift for driving on the way back, so I had a perfect opportunity for unboxing and playing with. Like, can you tell?
A little bit?
I can like.
Maybe a little bit?
So it's a little like narrow at the bottom, but
Yeah, I don't know.
This is so hard to do. There we go.
Ooh, that's a good focus. I don't know. I mean, it looks slightly warped, but I wouldn't say it's like super noticeable.
This plastic tray, garbage.
yeah.
The window's back, and so we're back to warped helmets and warped sabers, everybody.
The
And
window's back.
lightsabers.
Yep, we are back. Thank
Yeah,
God
there it
PFP. Thank God PFP is dead. So now I can get warped accessories. And I'm gonna have to piss off like 95% of people in here.
Yep.
I'll say it. I didn't mind plastic-free packaging.
I thought it was fine. Like, but for that reason exactly. Like the accessories were always very, very well packed. Could you imagine if like Malgus had been in the plastic box, like trying to wrestle that lightsaber out of there?
Oh yeah, that would have
Right.
been lovely. So yeah, got those Ahsoka figgies, and then
Oh,
we got Vader, and we got the new R2.
nice.
It's
I hate it.
It is literally raining Star Wars figures. Justin, you got these, right?
Yes, I did. I got mine from GameStop. GameStop pickups.
Oh, you got Luke as well. Very nice.
Yep, I price matched them, $24.99 each. This GameStop will price match because, of course, in store they're always like trying to charge an extra $1, $2 for no damn good reason. Which one are you doing next?
I think I've shown everything else off, so
Oh shoot! All right, all right. I'm going.
I'm just opening Ezra now.
Oh, okay, all right.
'Cause I have not opened Ezra.
All right, so we do have, like we just said, Sabine. We're going to see. Gosh, I wish they would do alternate pegs, like TVC sometimes does.
Ooh, look at that! Look at that loose helmet.
Yeah, is that rocking around?
I can
Yeah.
see it jiggling.
It is.
Not good.
But I like her paint and details, for sure. Like, I think it's a nice costume. And I like the accessories. I like how, you know.
She's got like the two different colored blasters, like one's yellow, one's blue.
Right.
Paint detail.
And then her lightsaber, of course. I mean, it's just Ezra's.
Right.
Cool shade of green, though. And yeah, we do have Ezra here as well. Lothal version. Essentially just the Season 4 look of Ezra.
Yeah, I'm counting that as getting season 4 Ezra. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
easy.
Got me a BK, finally. This was
Very
also
nice.
a GameStop pickup. And this is a classic. A classic big, certified big bulky boy.
Certified big bulky boy, the
He's
triple
just
B.
fantastic.
And I love just getting a new Wookiee. And here, look. What is that? What
Is that a wash?
Is that paint?
Is
On
that
the
a
back?
wash? On
Focus,
the
you-
back?
You bastard. Come on. But yes, this piece right here. Look at that. Dark wash on an accessory on the back of the figure.
Unreal.
Kind of insane.
That's incredible.
But, I mean, obviously, it's clunky because he's so huge. I don't care. I just like it. I just like him standing there in a vanilla pose. And Nate did get him in an aiming down the sights pose, so it's possible.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
just not gonna do it.
the articulation is finicky on BK, but you can get those poses. You can get them.
Yeah.
I was also going to say, it is kind of nice, though, since the helmet is a little whack on the Sabine for Ahsoka. It is kind of nice that, at least in the show, she kind of doesn't wear the helmet all that often. So
True.
I'm probably
Like-
not going to post mine with the helmet on when I track it down because I really like the face printing. It looks great. So I'm not going to hide it under a helmet.
Yeah. Let's see.
We also have some Target exclusive army building action going on. I love this figure so much. It is unreal how much I love this
Bobblehead.
figure.
Bobblehead
Yeah.
helmet.
I got two. I unboxed one already because, playtime in the car, drive home. But yeah, I do have an additional for myself. And I mean, if you've seen Nate's review, you've seen all the upgrades. But just to run them down real quick, the helmet being removable with the fully painted head sculpt, the larger shoulder pads on the O-ring Stormtrooper system,
Whoa.
bicep swivel, and butters. The combination of the two is excellent. And then there was a bit of controversy with Nate's review because your elbow swivel was frozen.
Yep.
Dude, focus on me.
But it is there. It is there.
The loose torso overlay, awesome. The fixed knee pads, look at that. Oh my god, it's on his knee.
No. It's not
And
true. It's
just-
impossible.
The matte plastic, like this plastic seems like a higher quality plastic. It just feels better.
Yep.
Is that
And-
paint on the back again as well?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Can you believe it?
Painting the backs again.
They're painting the backs again. They're painting
Yeah.
the backs now.
And of course, both DC-15, both the rifle and the carbine. I love it. This is now the definitive clone trooper of my collection. Do I regret army building the Archive 501st? No, because I think when I print Landspeeder Luke's March on the Jedi Temple, I think I'm going to use those. And then I'm going to use these for Clone Wars. Because, I mean, they also look a bit more Clone Wars-y.
Right.
Because it's still not 100%, theatrical. But it does have the black line, which makes a world of difference.
Yep. Something
And-
so simple.
Thankfully, Landspeeder Luke must have got a very odd Oppo. Or no, that was the Phase 1 clone, so I still don't have that. Or no, the Phase 2 regular.
Yeah.
Because this is fine to me.
Well, I think the problem is the eyes look unusually white. Like they have almost like a not photoreal printing look to them. They don't look bad, but when you compare them next to like Fives or Jesse or
Yeah.
Echo, it looks less detailed.
I'll be honest, I could go without the head. I'm not going to be displaying these random grunt troopers without the helmet.
Right.
So I'd almost prefer if it wasn't there because you do get a bit of chin, flesh tone chin action, which again, I wish they would just do what TVC commonly does.
Just do an alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, oh my goodness, a secret banger.
Oh, wow.
This is just, I almost want to say it's perfect because it's just everything that I wanted. The Duel's End Battle Damage Vader. I know you also pointed out in your review, but I love the detail of the slash back here and how it lines up with, oh my gosh, I just hit the mic, but a sculpted slash on the torso.
Right.
So it's like that piece, at least, that's a whole new tool because it's actually a sculpted bit of detail. The box, of course, Hayden's likeness. Utilizing vertical hinges on both hands. It's just perfect. It's
Yeah,
exactly what you need.
I think the
So good.
the head sculpt too is just came out so good.
Yeah. I mean, there's much better photos out there than our webcam.
I'm gonna have to raid my Target this afternoon. Like I know we have to pop out later, so I might just have to just grab the steering wheel and pull this into a Target.
They should be like showing whether it's in stock or not on their website,
True.
Check that out.
because that seems to be pretty accurate. And again, even something that has reuse, like I consider this like a perfectly banging release, even though like, you know, it does reuse the legs, of course, some other bits and pieces, but
Right.
gosh, love it so much.
Yeah, they absolutely nailed that figure. It looks beautiful.
All right, so Ezra, Sabine, Black Chrysanthemum, Oppo, Vader.
Who else?
Like I said, I did get this Hasbro Pulse. I can't remember if I showed this last stream or not, but yeah, I got Star Killer. Haven't opened yet. And then, we already showed these, but yes, R2.
Hey.
So now that I finally, I only saved the packaging for the sake of the stream, just to be like, I don't know why I do it. Like, oh, I got it brand new, because then of course
Oh!
It's such a good moment, though.
I crush everyone. Just here's Johnny.
Here's Jussie.
You can listen real closely and just hear like an inbox collector's heart break.
Yep.
And I actually already opened it. I cut the bubble in the car, but oh my gosh, you guys, like,
That's
ooh,
so good.
so clean. And obviously, you know, I don't have the other one to compare right now. It's over on the shelf, but there's reviews out on this guy. There's comparison photos. The Foosh has a really good one, review-wise. So this is a worthy upgrade. And top 10 of the year for sure.
Yeah. I can't wait to open mine. I have not got to experience it yet.
And, of course, a lot of great accessories similar to the previous release. Oh, I'm just throwing stuff all over. But I do, you know, I like the
I love
storage as
that.
well.
Yeah.
And thank goodness they got rid of the gimmicky twist the head like it's a Happy Meal toy.
Oh, you
Like,
just put it
literally-
straight down?
Yeah. It's kind of hard to get your hand in there, but you just pull it down.
See, what was wrong with that?
No,
That is seriously one of the most childish, like, cheap Happy Meal toy gimmicks of the entire line.
And
I
it's
love-
all of them, isn't it? It's all of the R2s. Even BT1, he's got the same gimmick.
And our 5D4
always sounds like you're gonna break the figure too.
with the clicking.
Yeah,
Yep.
click, 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 click.
We got Luke here.
Hey.
But why doesn't he have the cloak like he does? Because it's Jedi Knight Luke. It's the Kenner image. Don't at me. Don't make me go down that rabbit hole again.
Ask Kenner.
Just like Wicket has a picture of Ewok Ramba on the image. Oh, there's a new one too. What was the new one?
Paplu, I think he has a different image on his.
Yeah.
My
What
favorite
was-
is the Forlom and Zuckus. Like, oh, they put the wrong names on Forlom and Zuckus. Yeah, just like they did
Yeah.
back in the day.
Right.
Right. Or R2. That's what I was thinking. R2 is an image from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
That's Kenner. That's Kenner.
Kenner.
Yeah, so I love this figure too. I think I like this one more than Nate did. I think Nate really didn't like the head sculpt. I'm fine with it. This figure altogether is just such a huge upgrade over the 2014 version. We got the deep cut single hinges that eliminate the pins, of course, butters. Just an overall such a huge upgrade over that horrible blue line, sad puppy dog eye. And of course you get the alternate flap.
from the neck down.
Yeah.
Great figure.
So I have been holding out on all of the new Lukes, 100% of them. You know, the body sculpt that was most likely going to be the Rancor tier. They used that for Fleet. What is it called? Mandalorian Fleet.
Jedi Light Cruiser.
Jedi Light Cruiser. Jedi Light Cruiser. Just call it the Rescue of Grogu, Luke. But that one, then they did Book of Boba Fett.
Uh-huh.
Ninja Luke. I passed on that one. So we could finally get a definitive Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, the hero of our childhoods. This is how I choose to remember Luke. Just epic, incredible finale scene between Vader, Emperor, and Luke. So I have just been waiting years and years and years for a good figure of that. And that's it for Black Series, but...
Uh-oh.
Yes, I did say Ninja Luke. I said Ninja Luke for Book of Boba Fett.
That's what he is. He's totally in a gi or some sort of outfit that's suitable for ninja work.
Yep. I got some NECA stuff.
Yeah, Ultimate Miner.
As you guys know, we're big into horror here at the Out of the Basement channel.
Yeah, wait. No Return of the Jedi Vader?
I found it at GameStop and I passed on it.
Oh, no! Shocking revelation.
Okay.
The scene I have is Vader laying down with his mask off and then Luke holding it, like kneeling down by him, like that final scene. Mm-hmm. And for that specific moment, I just don't know if I need an entirely new Vader, especially when I feel like I've just been buying so many Vaders, like Kenobi Vader, Battle Damage Vader. And I was looking at it, I'm like, is that head sculpt even like that big of an upgrade? I don't know if it is.
It's not.
I want the figure, you guys. I do want the figure. But let me remind you that I just went on the most expensive trip I've ever taken.
No.
And my car registration and the Star Killer wasn't a pre-order. Like, all of these expenses, and then I still picked up all of these figures. And let me tell you, NECA ain't cheap. NECA is not cheap. You want to talk about Star Wars Black Series raising their prices? NECA. Anyway, yes, we are. Are you into horror at all, Tony?
Yeah, I am a massive horror fan. I used to have
Okay.
quite an extensive horror figure collection, but they all got slowly destroyed over time when I had to move. So I've been quietly replacing them in my free time with the ultimate versions.
Yes.
Sneak them out for Halloween and stuff, little Halloween displays.
Yes, enjoy, Christopher. It is a masterpiece. There are some higher themes going on there, like the Vietnam War and industrialization. Such a masterful film. I love the original Texas. But this is My Bloody Valentine. Ultimate Miner. Great Valentine's Day movie. This is from the original 1981, not the Hollywood obsessed remake of the 2010s.
Which also isn't that bad, though.
Really? I've never seen it.
I rather enjoyed it. I thought it was all right.
I think the remake is it's good enough.
And you want to talk about upping prices and reusing molds? That's Michael Myers, bud.
Yep.
That's a Michael Myers body.
As soon as I pulled the
NECA?
As soon as I pulled him out of the package, I was like, "Oh, it's the Michael Myers body."
Yeah. Which is literally NECA. Like every Jason has. Well, actually, that's not true.
I got my miner close by.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't opened mine yet.
I mean, still a great figure from a fantastic movie.
Oh, yeah, I'm not hating on the reuse at all. I like to point out, wait, other companies do it too? Oh, no.
It's always a good joke, because that's immediately what I sent like the group chat when I got this figure. I was just like, really, NECA? Using the Michael Myers body? Really?
Wait, Zuboy is saying, did you see his mask is apparently removable?
Yeah, I saw that the mask, you can take it off.
Does it have a likeness?
I don't think it has a likeness, but it has. Hold on, I'll pull it off.
What?
It's
Usually
just
trying
like
to remember if we ever see what he looks like either.
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, it's just the eyes.
So you could have it be the legend, or you could have it be the actual killer reveal at the end.
Axel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
it is pretty. It is a pretty neat feature.
I agree, Mr.
But
Coffee.
But now is getting it back on going to be a nightmare because this is like a actual piece of rubber. Oh jeez. Zoo
What have I
boy,
done?
Yeah, Zoo Boy.
Zoo boy, get your ass over here. No, it's going back on. It's going back on.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are right. I am going to get the Vader. I'm for sure going to get the Vader. But I'm just going to wait. And I mean, the removable hand, it's all silver. The classic one has like the blue and green wire detail. I'm like, are we kind of missing out on some detail?
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Oh, good shit. Good shit.
The miner is back. Really? The hand is all silver?
Isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, shoot. But,
It is. What the hell?
yeah, in the original one, it had like the green and blue red wiring detail.
Really, Hasbro?
Oh God! Someone clip that, please, so we could just randomly insert that into our videos. Zoo Boy, you're usually pretty good at clipping.
That'll
Pressure.
that'll be my over dramatic thumbnail for this review.
I mean, negativity sells. You might as well.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, Scolio. That's actually huge news for that movie in general because the original theatrical version is now readily available for everyone on physical media for the first time in like X amount of time. Because if you didn't know, the original Exorcist got George Lucas, where they went in and put in a whole bunch of shitty CGI into their original masterpiece, just like George did.
Yep. There's one really good scene in the director's cut that I wish was in the theatrical cut, and that's when
Ooh.
the two preachers are talking to each other on the steps. It just kind of gives a little bit more context to everything. The movie doesn't need it, but it's a nice character moment.
Okay.
Other than that, though, I'm like totally theatrical purist. The little CGI Pazuzu heads that they put in, just like so lame. The spider walk scene, it's cool, it's creepy, but it makes no sense.
Mhm.
How did Reagan get out of her room? And then in the next scene, she's back in the room and she's back tied up. Huh?
Oh God. All right.
Anyways.
And
Minor
then,
Exorcist.
I mean, we like to go on tangents, but I got this.
Ooh.
Ooh wee!
Now I'm jelly. My pre-order hasn't shown up yet.
I can't believe we found it in the wild.
That's a clean box. That's all matte.
Such a clean box. We love Prey. I recently rewatched it because speaking of physical media, there's big news with physical media right now that Disney is starting to put out some of their actual stuff on physical, which they've done for like all their Disney Pixar stuff, but like they just randomly haven't done for Star Wars, like Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And same thing with Prey, since Disney does own like 20th Century Fox. Prey was not going to get a physical release for the longest time, but it did get a 4K Blu-ray. And in the case, there is actually an advertisement for this figure. It's the first time I've ever seen
It was cool.
a physical media release advertise an action figure, which I thought was super awesome. And of course, Prey, to me, it's the second best Predator film behind the original.
Nostalgia aside, I would agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, Predator 2 is great. Predators, plural, is also good.
That was the Adrian Brody one, wasn't it? Predators.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't mind that one. That one was all right.
Very reflective box. I'm like
Yeah.
looking at myself, but
That figure looks so good.
yeah, this is awesome.
This is
I've-
one because I was a pretty serious NECA Predator collector for a while. But that $42.99 price tag is just painful, especially when every single figure is the exact same body. It's just a different head and different accessories.
That's what I'm saying, man. And then
I
they
know-
want to go and increase prices. I'm like, you guys, everyone does this.
It knocked me out of the Predator game. But
Right.
when I saw they were doing this one, I was like, oh yeah, we got to do Feral Predator. And Feral Predator is a new body as well.
Yeah. And this was, I think it was $36.99. Lucy actually bought this for me as an early birthday present.
That's awesome. That's a great
Early birthday
great
present.
release.
Because yeah,
I
it's
think-
coming up. What are you guys all gonna get me? Chat.
I actually already have your present. And I think you'll be surprised because it's something that I don't think you would have ever bought on your own.
Oh, snap. But yeah, this is my final pickup. Great stuff. Haven't opened a lot of it. I've been busy, but yeah, and then I do have Hu Yang in my pile of loot right now. Which I'm so mad at myself because I had another figure come through on Big Bad, but for some reason it wasn't marked to go in my pile of loot. It was marked to ship immediately. It was a Hammond collection figure, so because I noticed I was like $22. Like, what is this? I'm like, oh no, it shipped.
Yeah,
Because it was
dude, I shipped my pile of loot like a week ago, and then within that week span, 5 more figures cleared into my
dude, they
pile
do it
of
on
loot.
purpose. They do it on
And
purpose.
So I literally shipped my pile of loot again, especially when Hu Yang
Yeah.
went in there. I was like, oh, I have to ship this now.
Well, because you've been going hard on reviews
Well, yeah.
recently.
I mean, it's awesome, and I appreciate it, but the views have been up on all the reviews, so it seems like
Right.
everyone's really enjoying them, or maybe it's just the clickbait ass thumbnails that I've switched to, where now I have to put
Hey.
a little tagline in for
Hey, those are
every
all
video.
true.
I like we always do with our clickbait. I don't mislead. I intrigue. You intrigue. You don't mislead.
That is true. And I think some people don't understand that's kind of a joke between us. Is that
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like I mean, to be fair, it's an inside joke. Like, it's me and you kind of making fun of certain sensationalized
Oh,
YouTube channels.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's like back in the day, if you guys ever go back and like look at some of our like Star Wars movie content, where like the thumbnail is like,
yeah,
just like in red circles and arrows
Yeah.
pointing
Oh,
everywhere.
you got to get the
like-
red arrows in there. Like,
And-
what's
Yeah.
this?
but then we learned that the red arrows work. For the longest
so
time we made
stupid.
fun of it, but then the moment we put a red arrow, and I don't know what it is. Like, audience chat? What's going on?
It's something
You guys
about
love that.
the red arrow is like, yeah.
But all of your taglines in your reviews are true. So that's the difference, is just putting like another banger like on Malgus, like that's true. It is another banger. So we never lie or mislead. But I do think every once in a while someone will get like a wrong idea
Oh, for
about
sure.
that. Like when there's a nuclear explosion in my thumbnail and people want to jump to conclusions without watching the video, Nate. Damn you.
And then form opinions about us and talk about it on a live stream.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
But sorry, Seth. We should change it to like green or something.
But I don't think it would work. It has
Right.
to be the
Wouldn't
red
have
arrow.
the
Because
same
red
effect.
pops. Red pops.
Yeah.
It has to be the red. Red's the important part, and you got to put like a big question across the like, what is this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Uh-oh, so it looks like we have some... all right. What's
What
this
is the
one? Wait, can you guys hear this?
just barely.
Just about.
Oh, it's you saying Hasbro will never do the Max Revo band.
I love that we're at that level. Keep clipping us out of context.
Love the clips.
But yeah, join the Discord while you're here.
Yeah, it's
Great
free.
little... What is
Hang out.
this? What is this?
Oh my god.
That's from Ewoks.
What the heck?
Has that got Darth Malgus's lightsaber?
Pop Blue's got Darth Malgus's saber. I
Yeah,
approve.
But
I mean, that's pretty much how Balin looks with Malgus's lightsaber.
yeah.
At least the blade. The hilt is different.
Exactly. Christopher. Look at that. Pops.
That's right.
But yeah, join our Discord for sure. Let me add that link. Oh, there it is. Oh, Zoo Boy. I think we also added a command for Tony. Let's see if it works. I think it's just exclamation point Tony. Maybe Nightbot.
That's usually how people
Hey.
address me.
Yeah. There we go. It does work.
Hey, there's me.
Nightbot.
Yeah, so this is also dropped in the chat. If at any point you want to go, I want to check that guy out. Let's see what he's all about.
Talk a lot about toys. It's just talking about toys.
All right, I do have to use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Nice.
There's another bingo slot for you, not Obi-Wan. I'm using the restroom.
Stepping away.
Yes. So I just noticed on Big Bad, Season 2 Omega is in stock.
I really want that one. Like, as much as I like the season 1 figure, I gotta get that head on there because this one, it's not doing it for me.
Oh, they got everyone with this second Omega because they gave us the head that we needed with the first
Yeah.
one.
Like, when we heard they were coming, me and my wife were both like, they didn't change the looks that much. We don't need to do them all again. And then they revealed the Omega, and I was like, damn it.
Yep.
That's got to happen.
As soon as I saw the alt head, I was like, ooh. Ooh.
And like that, they got me.
They got me good. Because, it's just disappointing on that Season 1 look that she has her hair where it's like that for one episode.
Yeah, and then, like, literally the second episode, it's gone. And
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love it, and I love that we're getting, like, child-size figures in the line now, because obviously it opens the door to Anakin, who's now coming.
Right.
But, yeah, I could have done with maybe a slightly more seasoned look for Omega.
Yeah. She's in stock on Big Bad, ready to go. That's pretty cool.
Might have to fit in there.
The weak bladder returns. And Justin was doing good for a while. He was doing
hanging
good
on
for
in
a
there,
while.
you know.
But, I get it. Yeah, we do need young Boba.
That would be a good one.
I think young Boba is a pretty obvious choice to just reuse that Omega body. It'd be so easy. It's right there.
Either the Attack of the Clones look for him, or even like one of the Clone Wars looks that he has across the series.
Yeah. I would also love to see Jason.
Yeah,
Jason Sandula would be cool.
He was a surprise inclusion. I really, really appreciated that because ever since they dropped him at like the end of the Rebels finale, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, Hera had a kid. Like every other time Hera has shown up in canon, we're like, well, where's Jason? Who's watching Jason while she's
Right.
doing the Star Wars Squadrons thing or the Aftermath books or whatever? Like, and he finally got him, and he actually had a role to play in the series, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, it was actually cool to see him do something.
Yeah.
Not just kind of stand there,
By the way, hi, I'm here. I'm Hera's kid.
Right. Like I also exist.
Yeah. They fixed my ears.
There I am. Jeez.
Yeah, there you are.
Blurry.
Also, 80s kid, I am sure we got the mail, but neither of us have been to the P.O. box to collect anything.
Sure, I didn't know. Usually we get an email or something
That's
that
true.
something is arriving. But yeah, we can check it tomorrow. Remind me after work.
Drive by
Remind me.
the PO
Yeah.
box,
Because I actually don't live in the city that our PO box is in anymore.
and neither
But
do I.
I'm still closer to it though. So yeah, what were you guys talking about? Ahsoka?
We were talking about getting a Jason Sandula because the season 2 Omega is in stock on Big Bad right now. So that's pretty
Nice. Nice.
cool. Along with HK87 and Chopper. But, HK87 clearance pickup all day.
Yeah, I did find that one at a Walmart too, and I was like, I just can't.
Yeah.
I
They've
just
got it in
can't.
my GameStop right now, and I've walked away from it a couple of times going, not this time.
Yeah.
I honestly think if they would have put the same amount of paint app details on the helmet that they did on the first release, I probably would have bought this one at full price. But especially like when you look at the Big Bad listing, the main picture they use is just this bright shot of the unpainted head. And you're just like, man, that's not a good picture to use if you're trying to sell this figure. Like, hey, look at all the paint it's missing.
Yeah.
Look at all the work you're going to have to do to make it look like the last one.
Yeah, because
Right.
that's the only Ahsoka figure I've actually seen in stores is that one. I haven't even seen Morgan around.
Really?
Yeah, but HK87, I've seen him a couple times and not for full price.
I've
Not
seen
for
the
full price.
Ahsoka, and I couldn't, at the time, like looking at it, I couldn't tell whether there was enough of a difference between that one and the Corvus one for me to go, yeah, you know what, I'll buy this at full price again in GameStop.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So maybe I'll come back to it, because I do want to get a second one, because it is, like, the Corvus is my favorite figure in the line, so I would like to get more of it, and I want to have more displays, but just not, I don't think there's enough difference in there to justify full price again.
Oh, for sure. I think the colors are just like slightly tweaked.
Yeah, maybe the face is better too, I think, like ever so slightly. I think the Foosh had a pretty good review of that wave in a comparison, but yeah, I'm not going to pay full price just to get a sharper photo reel.
Right.
Like, come on now.
Like, maybe I'll spend my $5 off per month on there, like, once, and then
Yeah.
I'll pick it up.
Right. Ooh, look at this. We got a question here for Tony from 80s Kid from the 90s.
Let's have a look.
Says, my favorite Star Wars movie is Phantom Menace. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, I'm an Empire Strikes Back guy. Like,
Nice.
which is funny because when I was growing up, Empire was the one that I was the least interested in watching because it didn't have the big space battle at the end that the other two have.
True.
But over the years, like as I grew up and matured, I realized actually I really, really like this film. And even in the years when I wasn't super into Star Wars, I kind of drifted away from it after like 2010. I was still watching The Empire Strikes Back on my birthday every single year.
Nice, nice.
Just my little bit of Star Wars, and yeah, it's Empire all the way for me.
Oh, same. Of course. The
It's great.
oh yeah, I think when it comes to like technically well made, I think it's the best easily
Yeah, like
of the entire saga.
It's more mature, like the themes are a little darker, and I'm a big sucker for movies where the bad guys win at the end, and that is by far one of my most prominent examples of that. Like,
Yeah.
whichever way you slice it, the Empire won at the end of that movie.
Yeah. It's kind of like The Dark Knight. Did you
Yeah.
like that, I'm assuming?
Oh, yep, yeah, but I like The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Because, I guess the Joker technically wins at the end. Batman did indeed kill, essentially, Two-Face by tackling him off the building.
Yeah, and they had to construct an elaborate lie around Two-Face to keep Harvey's reputation intact, which obviously that went well. That went so well.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, that's a good... Anyone else have any other questions? We like questions for guests. For sure. I would also love this. I that Rebels Ahsoka is kind of rough.
Yeah, that one does need a redoing. I wouldn't mind getting a season 3 or 4 Kanan with the face mask, and kind of like what
Oh,
we're
yeah.
getting with the Ghost when that comes out. I wouldn't
Yes.
mind seeing that in Black Series.
100%. That it would be so good. And I think they should just do it literally exactly what the TVC version is doing, where the mask just clips on to the face, so you can get that look, and then you can get the mask look, and then also just give us the alt head with the short hair,
Yeah, I would
no
love
mask.
Ooh, what's Tony's favorite TBS figure?
that would be the Corvus Ahsoka Tano. It's
Oh
my-
yeah, you
my
literally
all-time-
just said that.
my all-time favorite. Like, it's so good. The engineering is incredible. I love
Yes.
the likeness. It's just so. Every time I pick it up, I can't leave it alone. And then, yeah, it's beautiful. I think Malgus is coming pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now that I've actually got Malgus in hand and I've played with him, but there's just something about that Ahsoka figure that I keep going back to it.
Yeah, I think we're moving into an era where I'm starting to question if Sand Trooper is still number one for us.
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't know where I would really have to think about it. But I think our top 10, because we usually do updated videos for top 10 of the year, top 10 of all time. And we actually already did the wish list because we had to redo our 2023 wish list after.
Because they listened to you and they made what you asked for.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be interesting because I'm like, I don't know if it's my favorite.
I feel like, if anything, maybe it goes into a category of its own. Like it gets,
Hall of Fame status.
Yeah, it's the number one Hall of Fame at the end of the hall, but I get what you're saying though, because honestly, there was, even for this last top 10 that we did, I remember we had a brief discussion about, even on the last top 10, like, is the Sand Trooper still the best of the best?
I still think when it comes to value, paint taps, articulation, trooper sculpt, the fact that they did a different helmet for the Sand Trooper compared to the regular Stormtrooper just to make it slightly more accurate, I still think it's like the best single Black Series figure of all time. But it is on that old pinned Stormtrooper body. And nowadays, it just feels weird to say that's still my number one, like, most favorite.
Yeah.
Masterful weathering that'll never get replicated. Like, it's still the best. And I do remember having that conversation. And my justification for having it on there was, well, it's still the best.
Yeah.
It's still the number one. So how could I lie to myself? Like, how could we lie to ourselves and say it's not number one? But maybe it's just, maybe you're right. Maybe it goes into Black Series heaven or something. Like something that is so good and it will never be topped.
Yeah.
Right.
So it just gets like immortalized at number one. But here's the top 10 list that aren't the Sand Trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Because it also would be better. Then everyone wouldn't comment on the video going, well, we already know what number one is.
Right.
True.
Then we could be like, we got you this time.
Here's the thing, Zooboy. If that Clone Wars wave comes out with Ahsoka, Magna Guard, and the Phase 2 regular clone, if that comes out this year, I'm going to have an even more of a hard time. Because
Yeah,
Wicket right
it's-
now might be top 10 material.
He's on there as far as I'm concerned. He's so good for a figure that
sculpt?
size.
It's a new sculpt. They actually painted the figure. There's a dark wash on him. The accessories are great. It's Wicket. I love him.
I think at the moment Wicket is still top 10. But I do agree with you, Justin. That Clone Wars wave is going to be really the determining factor of like the top 10 list of the year. Because I feel like, even though I don't have it, but I'm just imagining it, the plain white Phase 2 Clone Trooper definitely going to be on the list.
It might be better than Oppo.
Well, I think it is better than Oppo because Oppo's blue is way off. And I don't care if it's accurate to Kenobi.
I know. We got so many comments. I'm like, no, we know that.
Like, I know why it's a different shade of blue, but I want it to match my other 501st figures.
Right.
And even though none of the 501st figures technically match, Oppo's unfortunately like the biggest departure in terms of blue.
Yeah, true. I don't know why they did that in the Kenobi series.
Yeah. Who's to say? Hard telling, honestly.
But we do have another great question from Not Obi-Wan. Tony, what is your most wanted Black Series figure not yet revealed or pipelined? This is a great question because Tony does a lot of wishlist videos.
I do a lot of wishlist videos. I don't think I realized when I took on that plan how time-consuming that was going to be.
And you have... Not only do you go very deep into the wishlist, like even going... sometimes specific video games like the Battlefront video, but your picks are also very unique and not what I would expect. That is something I noticed watching your videos. You got me thinking, oh yeah, those. I don't know why I haven't thought of those or that one.
Yeah, I mean it comes down to like what do I want to have represented on my shelf, and sometimes it's something that's really obscure. Like on the Attack of the Clones list, it was Dexter Jettster. A, because he's a great character, and B, because I feel like that would be an absolutely fantastic Black Series figure.
Oh yeah,
like the articulation would be next level. But I think if I had to pick one that hasn't been revealed yet, it's most likely Savage Press. Like, I would absolutely love to get Savage into the line, and I have so many Night Brothers, I would like to actually have the one that I want now.
Yeah.
No, we still have to get Yellow Night Brother with bow. Yeah. And then we can get Red Night Brother with mace.
Yeah, and Orange Night Brother with climbing claws.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. That would be the one for me. Would be if Savage was revealed tomorrow, I would pre-order it in a heartbeat. Like,
nice. Oh yeah, I believe he was on our top 10 wish list. For sure. And Dexter Jettster was also on our Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, he was my number one figure. I was just like, I need him. I want to have Dexter. I'd give him some pots and pans, give him some cleavers, like really pack him out, and I'll be very, very happy. Just as long as he can hitch his pants up with one of his arms, I'll be whole. Charge me whatever you want for it, and I'll buy it.
Like Justin said in our video, ass scratching action.
Yep. Give him the Kaminoan saber dart. Everything.
He'll have cloth good pants just so you can pull them up. Yeah. So you can have him pose like pulling them up.
And they'll be just too big for the figure, so they're always kind of hanging off his hips. I'd love that. Yeah, impossibly small saber dart accessory that you'll lose like seconds after getting out of the box.
Oh, it's hilarious how big the saber dart is for the 3 3/4 inch figure. Like it's like the size of his head, like totally out of scale. But obviously, since it's like a small toy, I'm sure they probably couldn't make it that small, for choking hazard, blah blah blah. But it's like huge in the package. You're like, that's a large saber dart.
I think the only accessory that I have never unpacked is the little Razor Crest ball that comes with Grogu, like the initial Grogu release. Because as soon as I take that out of the box, it's gone. Like it will just drop and it'll be gone.
Yeah, all of those are still in the box. There's just no way.
I like how they knew that it was going to be a nightmare because they give you the little clear...
the little clear plastic container to hold it all in. Like, you knew what you did.
They're like, you guys are going to lose these. I'm sorry.
Right. Hey, Wilbon, thank you so much for the channel support. Congrats on the engagement, Justin. Thank you. 23 has been, in my honest opinion, the best year for Black Series ever. Thanks for the amazing content week in and week out. Excited for next week. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. We try. And I genuinely agree when you include figures that have released in the year of 2023 as well as exciting pipeline reveals. I genuinely consider 2023 as the best year ever. Which I feel like I say that every year. But
we're definitely being well fed this year.
let's just get that Imperial Gunner in 2024.
No.
Well, think about like our top 10. Like we literally had to remake the video because
Right, it
like
got
half
destroyed.
of it previously, even though I know it's on that old body, Jango body, but the Super Battle Droid, Destroyer,
Right.
everything, Star Killer coming out, like that's just, I don't care who you are.
Yeah, and I think it's really nice to, and we've talked about this a million times, but like the variety is back in like a big way this year, especially with a lot of the deep cut gaming figures that we hadn't seen for a while. You know, the last one we got was like Nihilus and maybe Zalbar if you want to count that.
Mhm.
But I felt like it had been a really long time since we got like a heavy hitter gaming bad guy or just gaming Jedi Sith that we hadn't seen that in a
Right.
while. So I feel like the variety is really good right now. The figures are really good right now.
Mm-hmm.
The soft goods return on like a lot of Kenobi stuff. That was great to see as well, even though Kenobi whatever, but
Even like the engineering on some of those Kenobi, like the fifth brother has got some great articulation engineering built in. You can pull off pretty much any Inquisitor pose you'd like, and it's so good.
Yeah.
I feel like people are crazy when they say that the figures are not as good as they used to be, or
And I just don't care. Like and I had this like epiphany while I was in the car unboxing all of these figures and just like looking at the sculpt work and the engineering and the detail and everything, and just how much of an upgrade certain figures were, like the R2 or even something like the Oppo.
right. It becomes hard for me to believe people when they say, like the figures aren't as good as they used to be, or the quality has gone way down. Because I'm just like, are we playing with the same figures here? Because I feel like the quality has really only gone up.
Right, and I was just having such a great time with the figures, and this was happening with some. It was happening at the same time that we had some trolling issues on
Oh, of course.
other live streams, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I don't give a shit. Like, these figures are great, and I was like, you know what? Let's have Grand Moff Tony on. Let's have Wilbon on. I'm like, let's get the positivity train going here. Like,
Can you do this with the original Darth Maul? Like,
no, you can't.
it's such a cool. Like, the articulation is insane on this guy. Like, I didn't get the Clone Wars Maul in time to include him on my best of that year. And now this guy's going to dethrone him straight away.
Yep.
Because it's just the inclusion of that simple joint in the chest area. And you can get so much better stuff out of him.
yep.
Yeah.
What a
I'm
great
really-
figure. I forgot about that figure.
It's
We're
so,
just
so
talking
good.
about like top 10.
Top
I was
10.
like,
Yeah.
wait a second.
I was going through my fine editions in this week's video, and I was like, oh, this is a contender for top 10 of the year. Oh, so is this. Oh, this one too.
The top 10 this year is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Like,
It's going to be brutal, especially with all of these last minute waves. I mean, I know we're only in October here, but
well, right.
still,
Usually at this point, it's like Black Series is like kind of winding down a little bit. Like, we'll maybe get the holiday figures, maybe one wave if we're lucky. But right now,
Right.
it's just like absolute elbow drop from the top rope with all of these figures just piling on us all at once.
And I knew it was going to happen as well, because I was talking to my wife when the Ghost HasLab was going on, and I'm like, look, I'll get this one big thing, and then we'll take a step back from collecting for the rest of the year, and we'll tone it down a little bit, and then release after release, I'm just getting like I have to go out and buy that. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Like,
and it's crazy because, okay, this wave right here, wave 34, we considered this a 2022 wave in our top 10. So when you think about that, when we started with this, I feel like this is like ancient And we got this wave back in like March or something. So actually there was a pretty big dry spell
Yeah, earlier.
up until this point. But you're telling me this is pretty much, or no, I'm sorry. Wait. Yeah, we also had this wave, which, okay, yeah, we got that a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Then this wave is like kind of the current wave, I guess.
Yeah.
But then this wave is processing, and then you're even telling me that Din Djarin from this wave just showed up in the United States? Like, that's like 4 waves potentially coming soon.
Not to mention, like we.
Oh, here he is.
You know, the exclusives, the Target exclusives,
Right.
the Gaming Greats deluxe figures.
The 40th Return of the Jedi stuff, which is, you know, there wasn't as much new tooling with that compared to like Empire, I feel like.
For sure.
But it still yielded us some bangers with like Wicked and Luke, R2.
Yeah, and the thing for me with
Endor.
that wave was like, these are all figures that I missed out on because I wasn't collecting when they were on shelves. So it's been
nice.
great to go back and like check off some of those older figures on my checklist. It's like, yep, I've got that one now because I got the anniversary edition. It's fine. So I really appreciated that.
And that's exactly what this line is for, too. It's for people like you who didn't have these in the first place, and there's the Kenner crowd that just eats up anything Kenner.
They just dig the packaging, man. It's,
Yeah.
it's-
On-card collecting.
yeah.
It's
But we
easy
also
to-
had... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's easy to lose sight when you're a collector that
Yeah.
oh, these might be for different people that aren't me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Not every release has to be for you.
Yeah, I had to do that for the PulseCon stream this year. I was like, this isn't for me. Obviously, these are for people who haven't got these figures, and that's not me, and that's okay. It's not always about me.
As much
And
as
for-
we all like to imagine we are the main character.
Yeah, Hasbro are making these figures for me.
Yeah.
For all of its fault, I still love the Endor Rebel Soldier.
Yep. It's still
Like-
a very, very good figure.
I could have taken paint on the knees, and I could have taken a soft goods jacket or cloak, poncho.
I think what's crazy to me is before we got the figure in hand, I assumed it was going to be my number 1 of 23. And I'm thinking like right now in my mind, I'm like, maybe it's 7, 8, 9.
I almost think it's like the tippity top, like number 10.
Right.
Like-
It's just insane to think that though.
And even Scorch came out this year,
Oh, what a
Scorch,
great
which I
figure.
love Scorch.
Scorch
just
randomly.
Getting to complete that set was so satisfying, and they came out in such quick succession. I just absolutely they were on my bookcase, so I could take a quick picture of them all together, and they are still there. They haven't moved. They're still on the bookcase. They look great together.
Nice. Yeah, we
Yeah.
also got that comic book wave too with Mike.
True. I was just pulling
Mara
up.
Jade, Dr. Afra.
Yep, I have a mastered list here for when we do Black Series Awards on our Discord. It's private right now, but you can obviously see it because I'm sharing. But we have these, like all of this main line, which again, some people are going to be counting Wave 34 as 2023.
Yep.
We personally, we just counted it because we got it in 2022. But look at all these mainline waves that are pretty much all coming out this year, and this isn't including the Din that just showed up. So I'm gonna have to add that too potentially. Yeah, so we had 3 waves of Return of the Jedi, the 3 deluxe releases that weren't exclusive, the Gaming Great stuff, and yeah, like you just said, like Mike. It's hard to believe that figure came out this year, but it's so good.
Feels like Mike came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, Mara Jade, great figure too.
Yeah, I think I found her back in May, and yeah, I was blown away. And again, I read Heir to the Empire like 20 years ago, and like getting a Mara Jade Black Series figure was incredibly validating.
And then, I mean, even a lot of the exclusives, which usually it's stuff that's like just repaints.
Right.
But I mean, we got a Star Killer this year. The Vader and Oppo are bangers. I do have my problems with the clone ARC Troopers, but still.
Right.
Even like that the Cad Bane that came out in that 2-pack.
Right.
Such a great figure.
Yeah, he lived on my coffee table for months just because I couldn't put him down. And I was like, it's time to go and put him in the display now. Like,
You know what I need to add? You know what I actually have to add to this?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, it's so
no.
carbonized. It's real.
Carbonized. Or I guess I should take that. 3 carbonized 2-packs this year. That's kind of whack. I'm not going to lie. My gosh, my typing. It's because I can't see it because my mic is like right in front of it.
I think the keys are there.
There we go.
Ghost typing. Oh gosh.
Yeah, what a great year. I don't care. And so that's the epiphany I had. I was like, you know what? Unapologetically.
Yeah.
I love the line. What can I say? What can I say? Shill or no shill?
I'm having a
I'll
great
shill
time
all
with
day.
it. Yeah.
Even though people misuse that word and have no idea what a shill actually is. A shill is paid. I assure you we are not paid. By Hasbro.
I assure
By
you we
Hasbro.
are not paid by Hasbro.
And
Gonna have a sign out like it's Clerks.
yeah.
I assure you we are not paid.
No, I literally work 2 jobs, and the second one is 100% my toy budget. Like, that comes from the second job.
Yeah. Right. Nice.
Got to work for these figgies.
Yeah.
Got to
Sabine.
work for them.
But yeah, you know, you get your paycheck and you go and buy a figure and it's really, really good. It feels great. I love it. Yeah, that's what I love about collecting.
Now, Obi, I wish, man, like if Hasbro ever offered a bag, that's the thing. Like everyone pretends like, oh, I would never do that. Like, shut up, shut your mouth.
Yeah, until the email comes in.
You want to take someone wants to pay you out. You're gonna go for it.
Right. No. I've got morals. Or I won't shill for Big Daddy Hasbro, but I'll shill for other smaller companies. And
Yeah.
pretend like it's a totally different scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, quite literally true.
I won't shill for this company, but this other company, oh, I'm a shill.
Yeah.
I'm a shill.
No, but yeah, great lines in a great place,
Yep.
and I'm very excited. Tony, do you have any upcoming content coming out that people should know about?
Well, this week we are doing our wish list on the Book of Boba Fett. We've managed to get all the way through all of the old movies, all of the old TV shows. We're moving into the new stuff now.
Hey.
Nice.
And we're also down in Kentucky this week, so we will probably film an impromptu Kentucky toy hunt, see what the getting's like down south, and see how it goes. But yeah, that's mainly what we're aiming toward, and there may well be an update on where the basement is at when we get to that video, because we've made a lot of progress in the last couple of weeks. So we're kind of excited to share that.
Someone say basement?
Oh yeah. What you're actually doing right now, rather ironically, is keeping me out of my basement.
Yeah, right.
Because I've been down there all week. I moved like a ton of porcelain floor tile down there yesterday, and I'm in agony.
Ooh.
So,
Oh man.
Lovely. Gonna be
But
doing
yeah.
some tiling.
oh yeah, I've just taken a week off work, and I shall be down there on my hands and knees laying those tiles
I was
all
gonna say,
week long.
I'll get my knee pad and I'll get my grout. I'm coming, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. We're not that far away. We're in Indiana.
Yep.
So
Hey, the
Right
very
around
next
the
time we
corner.
have
Coming.
is it ICCC or whatever that event that they have? I've
Yeah,
always wanted to
Tennessee.
get down there for that. That'd be really good fun.
that remains. I was thinking about that recently. That remains probably the coolest thing we've ever done in relation to the channel.
Oh yeah, that's definitely like core memory status.
Yeah. For sure. So I would recommend everyone, if you can. We're taking over ICCC
Right.
next time.
They're gonna give us a panel.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Get Ian off the stage. We're getting on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we've never been involved in Star Wars at all, but we like buying the toys a lot.
Yep.
Can we please have a panel?
Whoa. But yeah.
Yeah, for real. Let's get it. No, but yeah. We're all going next year. It's gonna happen. You're all mandatory attendance
Yeah.
for
No matter
everyone.
where you are, you have to come to Nashville, Tennessee.
Mhm.
Or
Hey,
really,
if Bosk's
really like,
Bounty can show up, anyone can show up.
that is true. Bosk's Bounty was 0% on the bingo card of people I think I'm going to meet here.
Yeah.
And then
And
you just
yes.
hear that sweet British gentleman voice in the distance, and I'm like, is that Boss Bounty?
Like I know that voice.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Hunter, for the channel support. Another person we saw at ICCCon.
Yep.
It was incredibly fun. I'm bringing a bigger budget next year, which is crazy because there's a brief moment in our video where you show off what's in your big
Oh
bag
my
that you're
gosh.
carrying. All of the Saga Collection 212th you could possibly want.
Hunter went hard. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wilbon, Pop Attorney will not be ready. We're gonna show up at Pop Attorneys with like 150 people. Be like, you got room?
In all seriousness, though, I'm down to return to Pop Attorneys. That was seriously such a great moment.
There's nothing better than finding a hole in the wall restaurant and it turning out to be absolute gasoline. And that's what Pop Attorneys was. It was some of the best damn barbecue I've had, period, in my existence.
And the owner was just like so confused
Right.
at first, but ultimately happy about why a bunch of young people who just decked out in Star Wars shirts. He's like, what's
Right.
going on here?
Right.
I'm like, oh, there's a Star Wars convention and we just wanted some barbecue.
And we're all hungry.
And he was just so excited and
Oh, yeah.
it was awesome.
Yep. I would love to go back. But yeah. All right. Well, Justin, are you going to have that Holocom video ready for this week? Question mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to edit it today
Okay.
and
I
have
like
that
it.
up this week. Just since I kind of missed out and then you did your solo video, it's kind of like my brief thoughts on it, and then ultimately like they need better character selection. That's the
Right.
point of that video, so definitely check that out. So do you have I know you have a massive pile for reviews.
So I don't have anything filmed right now, but I'll definitely have something ready for the week. The reason being is I was cooking the other day and I cut my fingers. And so I have some really gnarly cuts on my fingers and they kind of
What
look
the-
gross. Like,
What?
so I was using this thing to like dice potatoes and I was pushing the potatoes through them and I didn't realize I had it flipped up the wrong way. So I pushed the potato through and just like sliced into my thumb, this finger, and this finger in like a, and it looks gross. So I was like, I don't think I could film reviews with these cuts on my fingers.
My goodness.
Dude, there was like blood everywhere. It was a whole ordeal for me. But I do want to get these Ahsoka figures reviewed next. I will review the 40th anniversary stuff, but I actually need to borrow some figures from you. Mainly
True.
mainly the R2 and the Return of the Jedi Vader, because I do not have either of those.
Well,
So I
and do you have Puppy Eye Luke?
No, but I already reviewed Puppy Eyed Luke.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I
There's just so many.
Yeah, no, I already reviewed that, but so I need to borrow a couple figures from you to do those
All right.
reviews. So I
Wait,
can get 'em-
Vader and R2?
Yeah, Vader and
All
R2.
right.
Yep. I don't have those, but yeah. So those will be the next two. Will be Ezra and Sabine.
Nice.
These will be the next ones on the docket for me. But check out the Star Killer review if you haven't. Check out the review of Oppo as well.
True.
I think most people have seen the Duel's End Vader review. That one did pretty well.
That was really good. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That figure blew me away. Not gonna lie, that figure blew me away. I was not expecting it to be so great.
Yeah, there are some figure reviews recently that are getting more views than Figured Out, which is absolutely unprecedented for our channel.
Right. Definitely something a little unexpected, but if the people are enjoying the reviews, I'm happy. Because I do put a decent amount of work and effort into them, so I like having a nice return on the viewership.
Nice.
But yeah, so once my finger, mainly this finger, you can't really see it on camera, but it's kind of there.
Ew, disgusting, gross. How could you review a figure?
Yeah. But obviously close up with my hands, it looks weird. So once
Yeah.
this finger...
It is spooky season, so it's it's thematically appropriate.
That is true.
Very
That is
true.
Once it gets a little more healed up, I'll get another review out.
Nope, no banger or blunder this week. Not Obi-Wan.
Nothing at the moment.
Because I was gone, so we usually do those together. I don't think we've ever done one solo.
Yeah,
So,
right.
plus we gotta think of one.
Oh yeah. Time it with it showing up in a certain show or game or movie or
True.
something.
Yeah, play that algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess this will probably be a pretty good place to end it here. Tony,
Sure.
thank you for coming on. We
Thank you
appreciate
very much
you
for having me. Really,
spending
really
your
good time.
Sunday afternoon with us.
Oh, very happy to. Love talking toys. It's great.
Oh yeah, you guys should definitely check out Tony's channel. Another positive, great attitude for collecting, because at the end of the day, this hobby should bring you joy. It should not be something that pisses you off or makes you want to rant and rave about small pieces of plastic.
And if it does, you should find another hobby.
It might be time.
There are a myriad of other hobbies out there. Like, if this isn't the one for you,
Yep.
know,
And
Yes.
that's okay.
yeah,
That's okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Very true,
yeah,
Fig. Very true.
We are big fans of Grand Moff Tony, so the Out of the Basement sign off. Definitely check out his channel and subscribe.
Thank you very much.
And again, thank you. Congratulations on 500 subs. That's awesome.
Thank you very much. Yes, blowing my
It's a good
mind.
number.
Like,
Good number.
Yep. Once you get to that 1,000, then it's just going to be like the gas pedal.
yeah,
You just got to
That's
grind
the-
away a little bit.
that's the dream. Just keep
Yeah.
on working.
You'll get there. You'll definitely get there. But yeah, definitely check out the content we've got coming for you later this week as well. And then, of course, next week we are going to have Will Bond on the stream, and that will be very fun to have him join us as well. Another positive, like-minded collector. So we'll have a great discussion about Black Series figures next week as well.
Mm-hmm.
But until that time, I have to pull a Justin, and I really have to pee. So thank you for joining us, everyone.
All right. I'm the only one that pees.
Yeah,
Apparently.
I appreciate
I'm a human
everyone
being.
joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we shall see you next week. So take care, everyone. I'm Nate. I've been joined with Justin
See you guys later.
and Tony.
You may subscribe when ready.
I was waiting for it.
It had
waiting
to come
for
out. I had to find a way to work it in there somewhere.
Yes. All right, everyone. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you next week right here, same time, same place.
Yep.